Hi y'all, this is Mike from Fierce Rods. Just wanted to go over the FS12T Ascend Kayak rail situation. For one, I believe I figured out why the problem is occurring that's occurring. And two, I believe I have a couple of cures for it, ways of fixing the problem. We'll show you that here today. First off, this is the clip that's bending, that's mounted into the side rail of the seat. And then the side rail itself, the rivets are actually being pulled out of the kayak. There's two reasons why. The first reason is these pins were never designed and these rails were never designed to support the load of the kayaker in the kayak. All these are designed to do is keep the seat from moving side to side as you paddle. What's happening is the back rail of the seat, this is the seat, the back rail of this seat, when it's in the clips and mounted in the kayak, this rail is not coming into contact with the floor of the kayak. It's actually suspended above the floor. So when you actually sit in it, then the weight, instead of it being transferred to this part here on the floor of the kayak, is being transferred to these pins. You can see this was only ridden in one time, and that pin is already bent. It's bent. So, two reasons why. Number one, the side rails and the floor of the kayak are not parallel with one another. The floor of the kayak actually drops, so when you put the seat in the kayak and slide it back, the distance between the back rail of the seat, the frame of the seat, and the floor actually increases. Because our first thought was to shim underneath the rail of the seat to compensate the distance. Well, you can't do that because the distance changes as you adjust the seat. The second thing is, when you put the seat in the kayak, if you were to shim it, the floor of the kayak flexes. So even if you got the seat making contact with the floor, the second you sat in it, it would give, once again, transferring the weight back over to the side rails, and it would pull the rivets out. So there's two reasons why, in my opinion, these side rails with these clips will not work. So basically, in our opinion, there's two ways of fixing this problem. The first way to fix the problem involves altering the design of the kayak by taking the rails and mounting the rails into the floor of the kayak. And then putting the clips on the bottom of the seat, that the bottom of the seat actually rides on the rails and the weight is transferred straight down, not off the sides, but straight into the floor like it should be in the first place. The second way of fixing it, and it's a lot less costly, and you're not altering the kayak itself, only the chair, is to drill a through hole on the rail of the seat, just like I did here, mount a rubber stopper or rubber garment underneath the bottom of the rail of the seat, and mount those so they just come into contact with the side rails right here, so the seat doesn't really slide from side to side as much. And eliminating the side pins altogether and just putting regular stainless steel bolts in there like we did on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to take this chair, which has not been altered yet at all, and we're going to go through the procedure, show you exactly where to drill, how to do it, and the whole bit, and exactly the parts you'll need to fix it the way that I fixed mine, and it's under $10 to do it. So it's pretty simple. Okay, the tools that you're going to need to do the conversion to the rubber stopper is a center punch, China marker, hammer, Phillips head screwdriver, 1/4 inch or a 3/8 drive ratchet with a 10mm socket to put the nuts on with, and a cordless drill with a 3/16 bit to drill through the metal frame on the seat. That's pretty much all the tools you need. The hardware you're going to need are 4 nylon locking nuts, 4 of the 10 24 by 1.5 inch stainless threaded bolts, packet of number 8 washers, stainless. You want to use all stainless hardware on this so it doesn't rust. And these I actually got at Home Depot. These are the rubber feet that I got from Home Depot. I've got all this stuff plus these 2 rubber pieces, which will go on top of the nuts so you don't step on them or hurt your foot. So we'll put those on there also. I got all the hardware for this seat for under $10 to convert this from this to the rubber pieces that are on my seat. You'll also need an 8mm to take off the factory one first. So that's the first step, is to remove the side rail mounts. take a Phillips screwdriver and an 8mm socket, pull the old ones off. Look, I can't believe how bent that thing is. There's one. So then we're going to open up our package of the other bolts. Take one out. Open up the washers. Washer on the bolt. Open up the nuts. Okay. Simply stick the bolt through here. Through there. Swap out to the 10mm socket. Back to the screwdriver. Okay, the next step is, after we get the pivot point bolts put in, is to go ahead and mark with the China marker where the rubber pieces are going. The rubber pieces that I got are from Home Depot. The ones I got are thicker, but the thinner ones, they have a washer that's built into them. So when you actually put the nut in and tighten it up, it doesn't pull right through. It's got a washer built into it. So if you can find the thicker ones, that'd be better. But if not, Home Depot carries these. Same thing, just thinner. Okay, so we'll take. Okay, so the next part is to mark where the rubber pieces are going to go. Got to figure out where the center is. You want it nice and tight to the rail. Make sure that your gap between the seat and the side rail is adequate, so it's not hitting. And then once you determine that, just mark it with the China marker. And then go around and do the same to the other side. Okay, so once you've marked with the China marker where the screw needs to be drilled through, you take your center punch, line your center punch up right with your mark, and then give it a little whack, and that marks where the drill bit will go. Take your 3/16 inch drill, make sure you're as vertical as you can get with it, drill your hole. Drill through the table. Clean the hole all the way through. Take a screwdriver to kind of knock the bows off the other side. Take your nut and your bolt with your rubber foot. Put the screw through the bottom of it. Make sure that the metal ring, the metal washer, is on the downside. Grab your washer. Put your bolt through the hole. Drop your washer on place. Put the nut on it. Grab your 10mm socket and your Phillips screwdriver. That's it. Snug it down. Don't over tighten it. That's pretty much it. No altering the kayak at all, just the seat itself. Drop your seat into place. She doesn't move side to side. It's not hitting. And when you sit on it with the load on it, these things will grip just fine. The seat won't move around. And it works in any position, forward or all the way back. It doesn't move. Now, I've taken mine out once and used it with these in place, and I had no problems with the seat moving around at all. Everything was fine. So, inexpensive way of fixing the problem. It's under 10 bucks. Let me know how it works for you. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, it's Mike from Fierce Rods again. Next time we're going to shoot a video, we're going to do an install of a rod holder on my wife's D10T. So we'll videotape that and show that to you. And then also probably next week we're going to go ahead and do anchor trolleys on these. So we'll go ahead and videotape us doing the anchor trolleys. We'll show you how to do those also. So until